It's living with this guy, I tell you. Here we are, man. One map away from forZe locking in a spot at the legend stage of the major on a map they like to play. Look at your wingspan.
I'm a long man. I'm a long man, dude.
That's
I
ridiculous.
have the same size arms as Jeremy Lin. I measured them in real life once.
He's huge.
Okay. All you I mean, they care. I'm telling you right now, they care, okay? Because all they have to do is beat forZe, and they're legends, dude.
Yep.
Like, then you're just playing even more fun CS.
Yep.
You're the legend stage. I get it. I know this has happened before, and that is very true, that you might have been of two minds. And maybe when they were practicing coming into this matchup, some were probably like, this is probably whatever. But you're literally
here.
You're playing one of the easier teams you could play to get to the next stage. It's not like they're going up against Na'Vi right now, you know? So I think forZe are playing insanely hot CS, but outsiders know that they can beat them. And I think that it feels close enough that they're going to give this their best shot. But yeah, forZe, they're fragging.
They're close, man. The sharpened spear looking for the jugular here on Mirage. Jame 1v5. He's going to fight versus Jerry, who had a pretty impactful couple of moments across Dust 2, called a great game, and it will be forZe to walk away T-side pistol. Now only 15 more rounds.
Yeah, and then they're legends, which is also insane. Long time coming. Just didn't think that forZe were going to be that, you know, the Copenhagen Flames story of this major. But nobody ever is able to really call something like that with any of the runs that have happened in the history of the game. There's, you know, people who expect it from all their teams every major, and then they don't make it 90% of the time. Then they do it once, of course. But it's always got to be unlikely. That's why it's special.
Nice unspotted walk here. Love it. Everybody inside a connector. Smoke grenade goes out towards ramp from Qikert on ticket. Meanwhile, that overstack at the B site still going to be kept with some util on that end as well. Again, bodies haven't been seen. Utility heard all across the map. Now they'll find that final contact, and it's immediate kills here for forZe. So a second round goes swimmingly.
I had no idea what was coming. Great call there from Jerry. Bear.
And what a story he'll have, because, you know, there was a time where we looked at forZe as kind of being, you know, the next up in the CIS region, back in like Blast Moscow. 2019, before the COVID era. Before forZe had to go back into that murder ball of online Counter-Strike. Like you said, right, these guys grind. They play everything and anything. And Jerry has done a really good job of bringing up some of these younger players.
These guys are playing hundreds of maps a month of CS in all these tournaments, like, to the point that it's like, when do you even, are you even scrimming at all? Are you just literally competing all the time? Which, of course, that would be the very best practice. You still want to have server time if possible, but if they're doing that on top of it, I mean, that's why they're here right now. That's why they're playing this well. They have just put in countless hours. So it's always sick to see that pay off.
I'd kind of forgotten, to be honest, that Flit was pulled off of forZe to join Outsiders, and that he really unlocked them and gave them, you know, a second support to the likes of YEKINDAR. Saw that rise from this roster, and now here he is, Jerry on the other end, man. A little anime betrayal. Still no weapons, of course, other than that scout saved from the previous. And we get the CTs leaning onto the opposite site. It's A. Qikert had a chance there as the grenades were being thrown out, but they're going to use that as a chase attempt. Kenzie jumps into the Tetris. Jame has been able to get out with the ticket. Support from jungle smoked off. And the kills start to slowly but surely rack up to the favor of forZe. Nice here from Shalfie. Very confident to go push into the jungle. Really minimize any possible threat.
Yeah, done. What an attack. Already looking very good here on Mirage. And again, this is brought up on the desk, a map that Outsiders not had the most success on recently. forZe definitely want it, have come to play it, understand it, love it. It's dusty like Dust 2. call it Dust 3.
Are you sure Mirage isn't dustier?
Dustier than Dust?
Yeah, I mean, it's all in the name, but sometimes names can be deceiving. Look at this pile of dirt right here. It's at the bottom of the screen. Right there, look at all that dirt.
It's sand.
Dust.
It's not dirt.
Dry dirt is sand, right?
They make that into mirrors.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I've heard we're running out of sand, actually, as a resource.
Go to the beach. Touch grass.
Eat dirt. Flash Frame. Looking for the Buster pop. They're not going to bully Buster in back-to-back maps, are they? He feels the pressure of the utility. Norvi very quick, dude. Buster just no chance at finding anywhere to run to or to hide in. And with that quick kill, I think we could just see Outsiders save it. Call it quits, let it go.
Buster even knows for sure what team he's playing. He has been blind so much in this series.
Targeted. I believe Maui Snake tweeted this in between maps. He said, Jerry made the big brain strat. Hold tab, find the bottom fragger.
Yes. And the thing is that Outsiders, they clued into it as well. I mean, they tried to help.
Yep. Yeah, true.
And they recognized it. But you do lose a certain amount of chances. You can't just overreact to that kind of information. And even when they tried to help him out, they had YEKINDAR coming with that op in that round. It just wasn't enough. The best solution is to figure out how to have a better game. I mean, that's the main thing. Otherwise, it just makes everything harder on the map for everybody. Of course, you cannot pick to have a good series. Sometimes you have a bad series. That's is that a sticker?
Yeah, that's his first one from Stockholm.
Oh, wow, that looks awesome.
Yep. You should see his new one.
Yeah, I haven't seen his new one. I didn't get one somehow. I thought I opened every damn sticker capsule.
It's his
on
name
the market.
Katana. Very cool. But smoke onto the connector fire already. We get pressure, double nades. So had he stuck around inside of that, he was destined to be doomed. We're gonna come pick up the cache of bombs and grenades and goodies. Take that towards the B site instead. And of course, we do still have Shelfie throwing the mid util. Flit sees it coming, blocks the smoke, gives himself a gap, and keeps 3 CTs trained here in mid. But really, it's the apartments that could be under question.
Well, yeah. A lot of vision here, man. With mid fast rotations, but they're kind of off cat, not playing 2 and B, knowing the market window spotting. Oh boy.
Buster sees it coming. Again, tries to duck back, and here we have YEKINDAR already on the support. Buster doesn't run away, but rather comes right back through that smoke. Jane gives cover, and YEKINDAR also kills one. So forZe, they hit a wall in the form of Outsiders in its near entirety. It's not just Buster, and it's not Buster hiding, but it's Buster properly supported by 2 important teammates.
Yeah.
As Outsiders will lock in this B site with 0 casualties, their first round in the 5th of this second map.
At first, I thought they were getting farther away from him, like playing on cat in the middle. It's like, well, they just confirmed no one pushed off of that mid smoke. They didn't see anybody. They held out for long enough, but they made the rotations very convincing at that moment, and YEKINDAR helped out Buster. There's been some great flashes on the attack, so it's not all to say, oh, you know, turn around and just dodge it every time. It can be harder said than done. But in this situation, at least he had YEKINDAR right there on get right to support. And
if Flit doesn't block that smoke grenade in middle, I wonder maybe YEKINDAR sticks around on Cat a little longer. But
yeah, at least he can keep a slightly deeper angle to the top of mid. Sometimes people miss window smokes on purpose to keep the window guy in window.
Keep him anchored.
Keep him anchored so he doesn't rotate over to market and stop the B attack.
But that's exactly what Outsiders did. Pulled YEKINDAR off Cat, put Jame around on the wrap. And nice to see Buster also lock in a kill there. So 2 full-fledged attempts from forZe to get into that map, into that site. They go for the boost, holding on to connector. YEKINDAR back towards middle. No window support from Flit this turn.
This turn, what are you playing, Magic the Gathering?
Dude, I have been playing Magic the Gathering. I'm telling you, dude, Ob Nixilis right now, Oh my god, my Rakdos Sacrifice Anvil deck is through. Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, he's coming. I don't know if he saw Jerry, but he can feel Jerry. Fuzzy Jerry.
It's a close one, man, but Buster, he's got to have a step up in performance.
Yes!
And it's clean as can be.
Buster!
Drops Jerry in a heartbeat, and that's going to send Jerry's reinforcements frolicking back through the T-spawn and heading towards A instead. Shalfie has been here a long time listening. But then James immediately moves over. So we get 3 CTs inside this A site as they go into the exec at the 40-second mark. Smokes over top. Qikert flashed into the ramp. Doesn't get a kill off of that and decides to come back a little bit. But he's met by fire. Therefore, pressure.
But they counter the under balk molly with the A ramp molly and allow Qikert to maneuver wherever he wants to go.
Oh, what?
Somehow James gets the second player swinging Kenzie. Will he know to clear under balk in this position? Qikert snuck back into here.
Nah, Nade's out. And with that, Qikert locks it in. Flick comes in with the assist, and that overstack on the A site works wonderfully. Outsiders, the fact that James let the first...
He thinks he's a god. He's lucky. He's lucky.
He's blind. Lets the first one cross.
Yeah, but you can't flash the third eye.
Eyes open, man.
Yeah.
James. That's his theme song. He wakes up to that every day.
Wish that could be a music kit for James.
Just ask him. Opping's not a skill.
What?
It's a feeling.
Okay. That would have been a great quote, by the way. Stop right there.
This time he's going to miss his shot. But still presence being shown. forZe not shying away.
Yeah. And not
showing a little skin towards that A site.
Not lunging on that attack. And look at Buster playing his game, not scared. Took that peek by himself on Jerry. You know, rocked around for sure with that win. That's big.
Ooh, Norby has to look from the flash. Nice trade there. Very quick from zorte. And he's working with 16 health as well, so you can imagine that could have been the 2K from YEKINDAR. Here's Flit onto Shalfie and Jerry.
Wow.
Locks in the A push on his own. He had Qikert to support. Ignore the smoke.
It's a bench smoke.
Does it? The classic. You see that lineup? $40 seconds, and this one fizzles out for forZe. Outsiders going to get a third early in the CT half. And they're hunting, too. I feel like Buster's just looking more confident already. The fact that he's inside of the apartments this round, layers to his play.
Yeah.
The first round had me not convinced when he just tries to hide in sight and then gets overrun by the quick Norby
Yeah, it looked
entry.
like, oh, no, it's going to happen again, but
yeah,
it's good.
but
I mean, he's been around the block, Buster.
Yeah, he's
Blockbuster.
Oh. Are they all
hopefully
closed
doesn't
now?
end up like Blockbuster. Yeah.
There's probably one
yeah,
still
they
out
went
there.
bankrupt. They went bankrupt, and then Netflix came through.
Flit dead. Saw that AK, man. He wanted it. And that's going to be the fourth one. A little stall here from forZe on attack pause.
Let's see. Money here for zorte he's going to buy. And, yeah, okay, they have enough to go in behind it. Any idea could work. Still early. Still early. I think right now, outsiders, they know that they're a little bit better in mid. I think forZe probably need to take that away from them.
How are they going to do it?
They can default. They can default if they're scared. They can default slowly. They haven't tested it too much. Been seeing a lot of sets pieces out of forZe. They end up there, but they need to take it away from outsiders eventually. If we have that position where YEKINDAR's at the top of mid, James opping and flashes for him to kill the guy there later on. They don't want that to happen. They don't want to know YEKINDAR can feel comfortable chilling in that spot. But now they're doing another set play, jumping into connector.
Great nade. Oh my god, barrage of frags at the bottom of mid, but it's actually just zorte who really eats it. Outsiders all nearby. YEKINDAR easily catching that one. Xiaofi to fall right after. And now James going to feel very primed, very bolstered by his teammates right behind him. And even then, he doesn't take that risky peek. Good thing. zorte instead still holding that angle, jumps back across, sending Kenzie in the 2 versus 5.
I got smoked on this.
This one got rocked.
Only had Tech 9s in mid, so they tried to go through with a fast play, top mid smoke, jump through the smoke into connector. Totally fine thing to do. The idea is just put so much pressure on your stairs player, top con guy, that the A split can come out, make it an uncomfortable hit for him to turn around, and then have the Tech 9s trade him if possible, and hit the site from there, but the half buy doesn't work out. Awkward part is that zorte was the first investment with the op, and now he'll save, and it'll be a situation where they can afford to buy the exact same guns again. So you wonder if they might try. Not that they necessarily should.
Hoping to hang on here. Nice first one, but
Whoa,
James is quick.
Oh, that's a big punish. I mean,
Kenzie, don't you die after time, my friend. It's going to be a long 5 seconds.
He should just run at them at this
Just
point.
get out of here. Kenzie, oh, he fights off half and hides. Oh,
oh my God, he did it.
Oh, he holds it.
Oh, that's enormous.
Not bad, kid.
Couldn't not get the op. Still has this money. It's kind of
Not
so
bad.
awkward. He gets a 1 AK, but it's $600, and his teammates will just buy a little bit.
All right. All tied up here early on. 4 rounds each. forZe with the first 4. Outsiders, the second batch. Obviously, the CT side starting to get a little bit streaky. Kenzie needs to get cheeky. Solo AK. Where's it going? What's it doing? Floating top middle for the time being and hoping for some aggression. We've seen it, but the setup doesn't look likely this time. Double incendiaries at the bottom of mid. Again, just using that utility, but not any impact. And Buster sniffing out a play.
They haven't been putting a lot. They think their window smokes are doing so much more than they are. They're actually just tossing them, and there's a CT sitting on cat almost every single round. They haven't been doing much in the way of conditioning outsiders. We can see this entire portion of the round has been countered simply by outsiders loitering on cat, outside a window, in connector. So this changes nothing. And we've seen forZe become pretty obvious to outsiders on Dust 2 as well for similar reasons. And as we can see right now with the final B push coming out, 4 over on A, forZe don't even know they've lost already.
Yeah, they're going to try. You know, let them have hope while they think they can. It's like watching a child. Smoke go down in front of sight. Quick ding. That ain't half bad, but Qikert primed behind triple. Kenzie will get one with that AK. zorte, ooh, doing a little too much with a single Glock. Tech 9 keeps this one alive. Buster's flank. Ah, yes, the eventuality. Eventuality. Okay, and that is why things are still interesting. 27 health, 10 seconds. Don't you tell me they throw this. YEKINDAR, he's behind the triple, and it is Jerry to fall. Finally, Buster maybe regaining too much confidence.
Yeah, well, he didn't know the last guy was, but okay, they somehow made this work. Kenzie was the only AK on this round. But as you can see, they had to work as hard as possible to get in. No bomb plan either.
Sketchy, man. Genuinely costly for outsiders, but still 5 in a row.
Expensive is one thing, but I think the important, more high-level thing is that if forZe are throwing some tactics out there that outsiders are disrespecting, and they don't even know it.
Yeah, they're going to think that that went so well that they really caught him.
I think they're actually going to realize that they
are being read.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 guys in the A site, so hopefully they can take that message. All right, more aggressive look on mid here from the T side. They work on down eventually.
Zorte's nailed this shot before. Oh, flip flash, Buster, good. Gets Jerry top mid. B-site wide open. And that's not a problem for the on-fire outsiders. Jame being teased by Shelfie. Yeah, try it 3 times, I dare ya. He knows better. He'll walk away as it's still 3 players from forZe inside of middle. Trying to get into connector. Follow-up volley of nades here. zorte, yeah, he's been waiting for Jame or somebody else, anyone.
What a shot.
To make a move on that A side.
Sandwich is uncomfortable, but
Qikert's in there. Flit's gonna go ahead, get a kill towards mid, tries to find the headshot over top connector. Those boxes are not impenetrable, and neither is Norvi. Sure enough, shots start to fly. And kenzie does get a little bit of space to work on towards the ticket. He decides to come back at it. Flit's gonna get kenzie behind that box, and it's Shelfie locked into Tetris. Armor and an AK. Oh, and YEKINDAR's so sharp. He keeps 3 up from outsiders as they go ahead and bag 6 rounds straight.
So they 1 mid at the cost of a player when they first went to take it. Early on, they set up with their nades. They waited for a push. No one came top mid. This is a good look from forZe. They come down, yeah, 4v5, and they bring it back to get the bomb plant. That's something a bit better. But outsiders still won their first duel, still pretty comfortable with the setup overall. So I think in general that's representative in this 6-round streak we're seeing. And there will be a bye once again. I mean, there's always room for set tactics if you want to, but I think in terms of conditioning, you really want to respect the fact that mid is important for the T side.
Ooh, nice nade.
Wow.
Yeah,
they're getting called out.
More than half of Jerry on a gun round, and he still gets split. He's gonna try to push his luck a little, jumps into the window. Great trade out from kenzie onto YEKINDAR. Shelfie chasing frags. Qikert though, and James still alive. And as that op fires off inside B site, the 2v2s where we're left. Quick redirection here from kenzie. That'll be held off by Qikert had he continued, but instead he doubles up alongside Norvi, and they're both just gonna push connector while it's wide for the taking. And while one player sticks around on stairs, that's the bomb.
Yeah, bomb's a little slower.
Now kenzie's got a tough job. How does he get across?
He's gonna go for the dry duel.
Oh, and Qikert not able to stop it. James starts to hunt around the ticket. Oh, that's hot. Norvi insta headshot onto James, and we've got kenzie posted on top of default. Qikert now knows the positions of both. We've got fire on Norvi if he just wants to try and play time. Qikert closing the distance, gets in behind triple, suddenly goes silent, and then makes sound as he wraps back default, being dodged by these Ts. Qikert starting to think that there's maybe someone behind him. Won't find either of the two, and forZe fight their way through to a 5th round win.
That's nice that they managed that one. Wow, they pulled it off. Jerry at the bottom of connector. Another crazy play from him. Gets the spray down, and that's after so many nades landed right at his feet. This outsider's trying to let him know, okay, we see you. We can feel your presence. We've seen your fast connector splits before. That was pretty solid. Mid gets overrun. They go back to it again. Love that.
Oh, easy. Oh, zorte's just looking for a second, man. He is hunting. But YEKINDAR doesn't overextend. YEKINDAR actually catching Jerry on the bench.
Yeah.
And then the fallback, he escapes. Comes back, though. Exchanging grenades in middle.
Oh my God, Qikert's playing sandwich again.
Wow.
This is really risky if you are worried about top connector, but of course we have Flit here. Oh, but its support goes down. Qikert will have to fall out, and this is where it gets tough to play in sandwich.
Norvi able to jump over, bomb in tow through Palace. How can YEKINDAR stop this? What can Buster offer? Norvi looked so good in that last round when he snapped it back into the CT spawn. Looking for the same fight YEKINDAR now known, and YEKINDAR picks up the win. That gets zorte off the bomb, and kenzie, I think he's been hurt.
Noise, yeah.
Yep, Buster still not able to stop it, and because of the low HP here from YEKINDAR, despite him winning his duel, the 1v2 just seems impossible. forZe to tie at 6 rounds each, another A-site squeeze.
Yes, they pulled it off. Wow. Not a huge fan of playing sandwich that much. I mean, it can be a good spot. I feel like when you're up numbers, it makes even more sense. Versus, you know, Palace is not that great of a fight. It's good for timings because anyone, you know, as soon as you hear them swing or they just don't want to hold sandwich anymore and they start to go over, you can get a kill that way. But getting out of sandwich is damn near impossible. If connector control's taken over, going up on top of stairs to fight sandwich is a beautiful fight for the T's. So, yeah. And if you ever in a spot where your support player dies, even crossing the A ramp, no one able to throw a nade for you. You can't throw any utility from there without that position being known. So not my favorite spot to see a player in a 5v5 or 4v4. Of course, situational things, but Qikert's been there a couple times now.
Did feel like once he lost Flit, he was doomed.
Yeah.
Doomed.
Yeah, like he took his first fight, and then suddenly it could be top stairs, A ramp, and Palace all at once, and he didn't know which one it was.
Yeah.
So.
As that one closes, we saw the AWP actually get taken down by YEKINDAR and not rebought for forZe. So they'll play 5 rifles instead. And Jerry looking to make contact versus YEKINDAR here towards B site. Oh! Fast pop-up from YEKINDAR. Fast 5v4 to Outsiders.
An instant double dink.
Window smoke goes in. Jame playing bottom connector. Stays crouched. Catches kenzie. Crossing. And an immediate fallback. Good amount of damage done, but Shalfie's just going to slowly creep his way outwards.
Wow, they rotate to let Jame go into the B site. It was open for a moment there. YEKINDAR goes down. He was the low player.
They still don't know about Shalfie. Flit now a little cautious about connector because of that T kill. zorte just chilling on Cat with bomb still.
The longer this round goes on, the better the spot that Buster is playing gets.
Fair.
Less likely it gets mollied.
Okay. Qikert makes his play. Norvy's still inside of the connector. They did get a kill, of course, inside window. Qikert. Oh, wow. Clean, man.
Okay.
Gets the Cat player, ends norvy on his attempt to get into A. Just an easy lineup for Qikert.
Yeah, that was huge.
Nice finish
What
here.
a
Puts
move.
Outsiders back in the lead.
They didn't have everything either. Buster was just on a pistol, and YEKINDAR refreshed his spot inside of B, took that duel with Jerry. He's probably a bit confused. Why is there just another rifler that's not Buster here? Well, it's because Outsiders actually had a mixed buy. But based on what they could see, it was all rifles. Very nice 3-piece from Qikert. It was very dark and full of secrets.
Dark and full of secrets.
Wow. Love that quote.
Listen, if there is a CIS shuffle on the horizon,
Yes.
there's only one name I want to see.
Jerry. Oh.
Sanji.
Sanji.
The
Yes.
comeback is nigh.
Yes. Bless us.
Bow to your king. I mean, listen, man, he could come back and play 5-7s and Tech 9s. Dude, it's meta now.
Facts.
He was ahead of the curve. Norvy, not going to dodge that frag. Down to a quarter of his health. And Buster, yeah, feeling like he wants to go to bat. Norvy, he's out of there. Outsiders putting together a respectable CT half. Close push from Flit. Ooh.
See something late.
He's happy to toy with him a little. There are 3 players, of course, on the other end of that peak. And he's going to chase him around the corner. Now he's standing in the be open for kenZe to trade. The follow-up here from YEKINDAR should catch kenZe off guard. And meanwhile, the A site and underpass being locked in. All is good for Outsiders versus these Pistols. 8 rounds at least on the defensive half.
Hard to tell you where the rest of the map goes from here based on what we've seen. Definitely, obviously, good rounds from forwards, good rounds from Outsiders. Nothing too special about this one, I would say. No. Some set plays, some attempts on defaults, adjustments from fours. That looked pretty good overall. But
Come on now, one more.
That was Hardy.
He's going to chase it. Yeah, wants to die before time and gets his wish. Still nice couple Juans.
Yeah. Took some souls with those frags. He has been absolutely standout this stage. Throughout, even at the RMR, we've been talking about zorte a lot. And maybe not even enough. All at the same time.
Final attempt here from forZe. zorte back on the op. James takes a blind one, and no contact here. I think we've had a nice varied half from forZe's T side as well. They shied away from that, what was looking like just B assaults. How about a cat to B? YEKINDAR looking for the bench jump.
Oh, wow, even after eating that nade damage, he stays alive, gets
Nice
a little
trade.
bit extra on zorte, but not that much. You know, zorte makes
He'll
it a
be all right.
4v4, but
When the smoke fades, cat becomes a problem. Meanwhile, zorte doing, again, a continuous job. Qikert popped by Shalfie. zorte, he is going big. Swing in the green. It's Jame in the 1v3. And kenZe, point blank headshot. forZe gonna send a message, a final gift to the Outsiders at the end of the first 15. That is 7 terrorist round wins for the challengers.
I know the big thing for me, and the thing that I kept repeating, is just that they were able to start winning those defaults, and I think the set pieces were pretty cool. Worked for a bit, but I really like the most that they started to get back to mid and make sure that Outsiders couldn't just like hang out there all the time. And throughout basically 15 straight rounds, Outsiders had somebody pushed onto cat, sitting at the bottom connector or near the top of mid, whether it was Flit, YEKINDAR, or Jame. And that worked out exceedingly well to help them get back into the match and give them this kind of small but numerical lead over forZe moving into half number 2. And I don't think forZe are going to be too worried about it. They got CTs to look forward to. But it was a very even strength match for that reason.
How fast are we going to get? Outsiders just looking to gun down this B-bomb site, and it's rapid. 3 headshots as they just flood out from the apartments, and this one's already over. We're tied, folks. kenZe.
What do you mean tied?
8-8. 9-7 is not a tie.
You could have said, well, of course forZe will win this 2-on-5 retake against all odds.
I could have saved it. A captain sinks with his ship. Which is a rule I never really got. You know?
That's because that's what people say when they finally see themselves becoming ship owners. Like, would I?
Would I?
Also,
I mean, listen, I'll be the last guy off, but I'm not going down with it. Like, if the boat's waiting for me to step off and everybody else is already evacuated, I'm not going down with the ship. Foolish. Foolish. Just like thinking you have a damn chance versus the YEKINDAR peak. He gets traded by kenZe, and that's the only person to survive it. kenZe keeping it clean, 15-6, but Outsiders deny the tie.
Yeah.
9-7.
We know this map is one for forZe. But this is also a game of pressure. I mean, even though forZe have shown us they're damn near inhuman with how amazing they've looked versus insane teams consistently, the pressure gets higher and it's the final stop, right? They're no longer 3-0, they're 2-1. This is a chance, but if they don't win this series, then they only have one chance. And it doesn't really matter how well you start at any stage here at the PGL Major. It's the 3 wins that's important. That's it. Nothing else. No matter if you did a best of 1s, it always has to end in a best of 3. And psychologically, no one can, you know, wash their hands of that pressure. It's something that everybody has to deal with. If it becomes really real, then yeah, you'll find yourself making a mistake here and there. That's why it's oftentimes easy to side with a team who have been there more often, and why forZe might be a touch scared of outsiders even being up a map.
Shelfie more worried about Cat than the 4 players about to hit him from apartments. Oh, and he wants that. He gets it. A couple shots off with a deagle, and Jame will fall. That's an ump taken out of the round. But all of the primaries, the real rifles kept here from outsiders, they'll establish that 10-7 lead.
Des brought up who wants it more, and I could totally understand forZe. Like, despite, I would say, you know, outsiders like, going to Legends, like, when you're this close, like, you're going to be full concentrated, 100%. But yeah, in terms of overall, who wants it more, who's put in more direct, concentrated practice, who knows they're sticking together.
Yeah.
If that is forZe, of course. And it would be awesome to see.
You know, forZe also just coming just to continue like the performances out of the RMR as well, right? forZe kind of exceeding all expectations. You could argue they had an easier route, but still a victory over OG, victory over Fnatic. You know, they took down bigger names. They got a higher seed than many people would have argued they deserved, but it was still unarguably earned. This is just the best chance, right? To qualify for Legends and to only have a 2-1 loss versus Vitality.
Yeah.
A team that was designed to win events with major champions.
No shame in that.
No shame whatsoever. A 23-year-old Jerry, 5 young Russians exceeding all expectations. But of course, still hanging on versus outsiders here in this one. 3 rounds they trail. And it should be a 4th with this kind of a buy and an overstack on the opposite end of the map. Util over top. Poor Kenzie.
That's too many grenades, man.
Yeah, I'm just
Why are
like,
they trying so hard? We just have pistols.
like, bro, please, don't go through it, dude. You're done. And so he backs up. zorte, he's got a freaking tarp in his face. Oh, who's drying their rugs in here?
Well, they see a little bit, but outsiders are being so slippery right now. Barely giving them a chance.
Come on, zorte, take that shot. Smoke comes down on jungle. And sure enough, the scout still finds its impact. Jame is going to press himself very close to the smoke with the Tech 9. Bomb being planted, opposite triple. Everybody's here for forZe.
They haven't seen anybody. They've done lots of damage, actually. Buster's been tagged.
You know, they're looking, they can hear the party inside, but they're just still they're a little nervous about knocking.
Yeah. They
want to go in. They're going to try. Start to push past Ticket. Just a bunch of pistols. Flit, he will fall. That's the scout getting something for their efforts. Tons of damage here too, but ultimately just that 1 kill. Outsiders and 11th.
Yeah, that was a very thorough exec with a lot of utility involved and a lot of patience as well. And they even re-smoked things. Straight dry run exec here from outsiders on the A site, even though they know that forZe didn't have full buy. I'm sure they knew that was an anti-eco. They knew they had some recycled guns to go up against, and they're taking it very seriously. The full kit will only cost $1,000 at, you know, around $1,000 most of the time. Going into the next round, it's a small price to pay. Still look like a team to me.
Ooh.
Wow, that delayed peek.
zorte
that was
gross.
Very smart from zorte, yeah.
Yep, that's Jame down. So, first gun round from forZe and an opening kill with it. YEKINDAR looks for the trading connector, will catch the counter-opper.
Oh, and he sneaks out of mid.
And that draws it into Buster.
Buster at the top, yeah. One spot.
That landed.
It did.
Yep, Kenzie tagged to 67.
Okay.
Must have been leg through the wall. So Kenzie gonna still keep some pressure on middle. Bomb starts to wrap back through A, and the underpass players will leave.
Shelfie up in the ladder room. Love the activity from the CT side.
Gonna take back mid during this moment of silence.
Yeah, they don't want to leave this alone, and it's such a great idea. But do they go to the top of it? Yeah, they're expecting this to be respected. So very, very nice play from forZe. Such a good tempo, but the A site has been completely evacuated. And actually reading this wrong, they think it's ending B. Yeah, they thought it was going to be B for sure for some reason, but no audio cues to tell them one way or the other.
They'll realize the error of their decisions. And, I mean, listen, this one still has some life on it.
It does.
forZe very quickly starting to carve their path through that T-spawn. They've got Outsiders boxed in. Can they knock them out?
Fair few grenades. They're splitting two big flanks here, A-ramp and Palace.
Right now, Qikert's still back turned. He starts to check Palace behind him, but he has missed a little bit of timing, and Jerry's even ahead of Buster. This is just going to come down to the kills. Qikert quickly holds in on Palace. Nicely done from both of the Outsiders players. And then you just see them turn their attention back. The counter-terrorists want to save, but they're locked into this fight. If one of those two flanks goes the other way, then maybe. But instead, it is Outsiders with a 12th.
They had good awareness in those positions. And the only problem that they had with these two flanks coming in, they lost one player, so they had 4 total. Then they only have 2 coming from other spots. If there were more than 2 coming from other spots, then they could draw more attention towards those spots and take attention away from the big flanks for a few seconds to allow those players to turn the corners that are really key and force the players like James and Buster, who were up in Palace in the A ramp, to have to fight into the site, but they didn't have the resources to do that. Still very good for Outsiders to have a player in both spots, both able-bodied, full HP'd, and watching.
Quicker pace to this one. Outsiders flit setting the tempo here. Wallbang nearly does it. Kenzie hangs on for dear life. And Shelfie gets caught out by YEKINDAR. Good patience, just holding on the gap of that smoke.
Crazy awareness there from YEKINDAR.
Right to find that. Zorte looking for the Deagle trade. Knows that Flit's already compromised Catwalk, so not a comfortable place for Zorte to be.
Looks like they're reading the stacking correctly again.
Outsiders, man, starting to make mincemeat of this T side.
Yeah. Really not even close in a couple of these spots. I'd say overall across the 2 maps, Outsiders definitely have outcalled. forZe just had such a tremendous first half on that CT side of Dust 2 that it made it, of course, easier to win the map, no matter how well they played in the second. But this attack is too strong. This game might not be so clear-cut. 11 rounds deep on Dust 2. I thought we had about 30 minutes on the series.
It did really feel like a total blowout. But that's what Outsiders will always do to you. Lull you in and gobble you up. And they're chomping down these rounds on the T side very quickly, getting ahead of forZe, putting a huge gap between them. 5 rounds now on this T side. Flawless.
Yeah, really like the way they're moving so far. Outsiders will kind of leave him in mid. Throw smoke there, and that just baits out some attention. Look at that, actually. 3 grenades come off the 1 smoke from YEKINDAR. Though no one's sitting top boxes. And the CTs are kind of concerned about it. It's an ostensible amount of utility. There's absolutely no impact grenades left over for forZe at a minute 16. And Outsiders will go ahead and win mid. Yeah, that's...
Ooh, again, man, again. Kenzie's
big
been
duel.
getting dumped on when it comes to this connector play.
That might be a bit too much leverage at this point in the match. Jerry finds one back.
Yeah, could be an answer. They've got Flit now kind of stranded top connector, and he's known about Norvi. That's a risk to go peeking around top mid, but because Jerry got that frag, then why not? Felt like he had the space to work and was right. Meanwhile, we still have Shalfie inside of the site. The nade finds him. Beautiful from Buster, but he still dies nonetheless, and Qikert carves an opening through this B site. That is a call to action. Qikert and James.
Damn, and they're just shuffling their feet over on A, thinking, man, it's just going to be prolonged, but eventually end here.
Yep.
And that's just not the case. 15 seconds left. The bomb is making its way over. Of course, this op has to be cut off. And oh, there's a free frag for Qikert. He wanted to make sure that that would be stopped. And now there's no chance to even plant this bomb safely.
Nope.
James knows that they can just dive him, so he's got to just tuck.
Yeah, he'll save his AWP.
Oh, what a find, actually.
They're going to chase him. They're going to get him a little bit of damage, but he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Coverage. Qikert peeking in, opening that possibility for the bomb plant to be denied, and with it, an 8th for forZe. Nicely done by Jerry. Felt that space in mid, because without this kill from Jerry, I don't know about the peek from Norvi off Catwalk. I feel like that's way more dangerous.
This one?
Yeah, where he, you know, without a kill top mid, I don't think he can go out wide enough to get top con. They knew Flit was stranded there for the time being.
I guess they just because they escorted someone into connector, that's when you'll leave them, you know? So if they didn't see anybody around the bench or whatever, then he felt okay about it. He absolutely could have died to somebody still late on Cat, but the right risk.
They'll find their reward. But even that one had that little bit of X factor with James in the 1v3. A little more time. Or just Qikert still to lock in the market, rotate.
The awkward part is, yeah, like James, like, okay, make sure that I can, you know, pull this cross off. And he could have just crossed, but he didn't know if the opera was posted up watching the window. Any utility would have been enough instead of using him as a person. Oh, that's really risky. Yeah, they commit all the way through.
Yo, Outsiders just called that timing so well,
they've got
dude.
They know there's a second locked in here, right?
Oh,
no.
for sure.
No, it doesn't. He doesn't
Did
know.
they not? Now they do. YEKINDAR tearing him up through middle. Double frag for him. Still wary of Jerry inside a connector, but even with that initial peek, poor Kenzie, dude, he was thrown into the apartment's peak with a frag grenade on his head. That slows down his peak. There's nobody in the open when he comes around the corner. He's just standing on a silver platter for these T's to pick up and Flit. Gonna rock Jerry's world inside of the mid window. This is a clean sweep from the Outsiders of the 14th round. 6 ahead of forZe and 2 from a win on Mirage.
Goddamn. They do. Sometimes you do have to like take map control like they did, but not overextend into the full rush into lower. Of course, you know, they could have got both kills and then got back out. But in that spot, they lose one gets hurt. Not even comfortable going back or forward. I feel like there was just an overinvestment just into that tactic. One player going down or risking it for information is one thing, but we wanted to make it happen. Oh, quiet but scary moments here for zorte. Things are happening around him.
Yes, man. Sometimes Counter-Strike turns into a horror game. Is already feeling hunted as... Oh, finds a pocket, but now he's been heard. He's good, he's good, he's good.
They smoke it even though they won't come through that, just to scare him.
Whew. Man, it's basically in an escape room, and he will be given the chance to save that sniper. Move it forward. As Outsiders do the exact same thing, moving forward to the finish line on Mirage. 2 more to just brush off Dust 2, push this series to Inferno.
Inferno will be very tough.
YEKINDAR just dominating right now as well, eh? 21 and 12.
Wait till you see him on banana.
Sign me up. What a recovery from that first half of Dust 2. 3 great halves ever since. That's the mind of a Taekwondo master.
Double A ramp setup from forZe. No one inside and around connector. Done playing games in mid. They're giving Shelfie here an opportunity to take some liberties. Oh, that is really risky from Kenzie. Almost. Oh, he will die for that. Flit has made his way up connector as well.
It's this double ramp setup. This is all forZe have to hold on with, and Jerry survives the Buster peak.
He's going through the smoke as well. Oh my God. And James not going to read this push whatsoever. He might get into Palace. Oh my God, he's heard Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry thinking that he's gone.
Did James not make any noise? Maybe he somehow managed to not make a single piece of noise. And zorte sitting in the ramp, but they don't know about him either. God, this is so awkward and complicated. Flit's just waiting.
Layers, dude, layers.
Maybe he does.
Oh! No scope, point blank. James still able to just exit through the smoke, and now YEKINDAR can help out from top stairs.
He actually has the right to fight, and the bump's planted within triple, so he's going to be the loose piece.
YEKINDAR just crossed stairs, and somehow Shelfie didn't see it.
James is sitting on the opposite side of triple. He's about to be spotted here instantly.
I mean, that was just a sitting duck. James looks like a fool, and YEKINDAR's not able to pull anything out in the clutch, so that's forZe with a 9th.
Wow. Yeah, that got crazy.
It's because Shelfie didn't see YEKINDAR crossing stairs to jungle, so then James thinking, well, if he didn't get shot, why would I?
Yeah, that's fair.
As Shelfie comes back, reaps the rewards. Jerry, 2 kills on that ramp hold.
Huge.
And, you know, kind of kept the question marks surrounding zorte.
Yeah, he didn't have to shoot an op, so Flit nearly killed him.
Yeah, that
was a nasty no-scope.
Point blank. forZe still trailing by 5, but buy on the cards. Double op setup here between Shelfie and zorte. This looks quick. Oh, this looks fast. They're going for the boost with the offer, and already Qikert insta-mac 10 headshot. Shelfie's here off of the catwalk. This is forZe under pressure. Flit and Buster both behind the van. Molotov, not going to be a problem for them. Norby, he's just trying to lock in these fights. He's even going to push up against them. He's basically behind them.
This is the play.
He's going to have to wait. His teammates have all gotten here, but now they're starting to push beyond. Norby locked into this spot between James and his 3 teammates. He goes for his activation, stops the bomb plant in its tracks, and now still has Van to be covered, but he doesn't know about the guy on bench. There's a solution here in Buster. Buster pops up and gets shut down by Shelfie. Now suddenly James is on his own, and that was a chance from Buster, but a hot shot from Shelfie instead should be forZe's 10th. James sticks around. James likes to play with his food, but instead he gets rocked by Norby. Dude, what a slowdown in the middle of all that carnage.
Yeah, what a beautiful round from Norby. He saw that there molly that landed on Van, got smoked out by outsiders. He tried to use that to his advantage when he saw that they were starting to take their time. That was a great shot from James. I love the play that Buster made, actually. I like myself, I was thinking I would have shot right away, but then when he saw the second player on Cat, that absolutely made more sense, especially in the 2-on-3. That would have been the difference between winning and losing. But Shelfie's awareness was good enough. Whoa, they're looking for the walkout. I don't know if outsiders can pull this off. There are 2 players sitting here inside connector. Jerry watching Palace, but it is 2 rifles in this spot, and they are making it out now.
They just pulled back. Kenzie somehow surviving on 8 HP. The ticket player also started to depart. Qikert's gonna just go ahead, try to hunt into connector. Sure enough, finding Kenzie.
Oh, he had no idea.
Shalfie denied vision. zorte still not able to get that op going, but now he's up close and personal versus 3 inside the site. Down goes James, and the bomb's still stuck in the open. Qikert over top, and Shalfie through the jungle smoke. Impact being found as YEKINDAR falls back. He's got Flit here to work with him. Norvi unknown, and as he takes down YEKINDAR, Flit will force the 1v1 clutch onto zorte, and he's got him falling away, step by step, ever closer with wallbang damage on top. The CT also hits it. A back and forth affair with a bomb plant as a breath of fresh air.
He has to give him a chance. Flit will plant it. How is he going to read the 1v1? zorte's made a fast rotation. It looks like he'll get out of vision. No easy round now for zorte. 33 health on him.
He grabbed the smoke. He's got the kit. A critical clutch. And Flit falling back to the ramp. Smoke goes on top. zorte's so nervous, but now he knows. Oh, he knows. And Flit's going to have to eventually challenge. zorte's going to have to eventually defuse. He's lost on top of the bomb. Comes around, but there's just simply no time. And with it, Outsiders, a 15th round. Back and forth in that bomb site, but Outsiders clear the board.
Oh, they make it happen. Nice play from Flit. The 1v2 ultimately. Yeah, and the outplay in the end. God damn. That was a hectic round. I don't even know where to begin. Kenzie getting lost inside a connector, not expecting Outsiders to have scaled as fast as they did. This play right here, they found a timing to walk out of halls just as a rotation comes out from inside connector. But you know what? If there's 2 rifles at the top of connector and I'm walking out of palace, I'm happy to take that fight. As long as I know there's no ops on me, I'm fine with the contact explode. I think, of course, that's not something you can always plan for. All right, so zorte takes the next round into his own hands. Opening kill here. This takes the edge off a little bit.
Ooh, Jerry's locked into this. Jerry hanging on for dear life.
No, it's just gonna die. They
Never.
have no one to help him get out of mid.
Hell, that Glock on James would be enough to kill what's left of Kenzie's 6 health.
This one's got to come down to zorte. He has done so much. But his teammates barely have guns or nades. Look how deep we are from Norway, at least inside of the B halls. Great spot for the MT9 to find itself in. Kenzie's had some struggles. Lower on HP. We'll have a timing here. Beautiful take out James.
He's just trying to do as much damage as he can before he goes down. But he's actually been kind of given a pocket of relief here. Nobody else to deal with him and his measly 6 HP. Norvi's position up close could be enough to kill Qikert, but
no, Norway, he switched. He switched.
A misclick that could cost them if zorte can't lock it in, and Qikert is right there to punish, right there to break their hearts on Mirage. If it's not Shalfie with the clutch, then this one is over.
And Qikert looked like he was toasted inside of the apartments.
But a single button, a single chance.
And all of a sudden, this map slips through the fingertips. Shalfie trying to pressure, goes for it. Utilities out, hits that insta-headshot. Qikert's now dead. It's YEKINDAR pressed close on the corner of the site. And Shalfie rounding it. Again, these duels, man, back and forth. He pushes in, and YEKINDAR's going to end him and forZe's chances of the 2-0 sweep.
Okay.
Outsiders fight on.
Yes, they do. One more map and suddenly even board. Again, coming into Dust 2, that first half, it looked like this was written in stone already. That's forZe were going to win, take it to Legend stage, and now it's completely up in the air. Outsiders have shown resilience. They look good. That was a very strong map of Mirage. I think they've shown better T-sides overall than forZe.